Dawn Montgomery, cousin of Atlanta Dream owner, crosses the line on Caitlin Clark. Let's talk about something that's been making serious waves across WNBA circles. Dawn Montgomery. Yes, the cousin of Atlanta Dream co-owner Renee Montgomery has been trending for all the wrong reasons. While most of us are here trying to grow the game and uplift players, Montgomery went in a very different direction. Now, take a look at this tweet. Credit to @Draftsful for spotlighting it. There's no room for hate, unless you're the cousin of a WNBA team co-owner coming after the league's biggest star. The tweet tags the WNBA, WNBA comms, and the Indiana Fever, and blatantly refers to Caitlin Clark as that porn lady's name defender, or lack thereof. Yeah, that's where we are. Now, we will be putting out a full defense breakdown video because this isn't just hateful and petty, it's flat out ignorant. Caitlin Clark's defense has improved, and she's far from the weak link some people love to pretend she is. But wait, there's more. We need to talk about something deeper here. Because this isn't just one offhand comment. It's part of a pattern. And it came up again during the To Be Clear podcast, hosted by none other than Dawn Montgomery herself. Let's roll the clip. She had some things to say about Angel Reese, and let's just say, if you're a Fever fan, you might want to stick around for this one.
The WNBA has this no space for hate campaign, and I'm just letting them know, like, you've created this space for the hate. Yeah. So we need to see better.
I think they were trying to create that Magic Johnson, Larry Bird situation with the women, but the thing is that I love Angel Reese. Mm-hmm. I love Angel Reese. Mm-hmm. She just isn't as good as Caitlin Clark.
Is that voice even real? Breaking down the wild Angel Reese defense. All right, before she even gets into the nonsense, can we just ask the question that's on everyone's mind? Is that voice real? Seriously. Because it feels like she's leaning hard into some kind of stereotype. Like, am I missing something? Is this performance art? Because it's giving caricature, not commentary. And of course, here comes the classic disclaimer. I love Angel Reese. I do. She's amazing. Oh really? Is she though? Is she, as a basketball player? Let's be honest, you don't have to say, I love her, just to shield yourself from criticism. If you're going to talk ball, talk ball. Because here's the thing. All the guy said, very respectfully, was, she's just not as good. And you would have thought he insulted her entire bloodline. Let's be real for a second. Angel Reese is not in the same universe as the top players right now. And based on what we've seen so far, she probably shouldn't even be starting for the Chicago Sky. Yeah, I said it. And you know what? A lot of fans are thinking it too. But apparently, you can't go there. Not yet. Not in this climate. What followed that gentle critique? A reaction so loud and defensive, you'd think he said something way more controversial. Let's listen to that unhinged response, because it tells you everything you need to know about how some folks can't handle even the mildest form of truth.
And this is why we're going to end this segment right now, because I refuse to believe you said that.
The Fever just smoked this guy.
It don't matter.
Smoked
That's
them
like
girls.
the first game.
They smoked them girls.
It don't matter. You could smoke me too.
They smoked them like a blunt.
You could smoke me too. Camera, you can smoke me too if I hear somebody calling me a monkey and I want to run in the stands and slap somebody. You can smoke me too if I'm at the free throw line and somebody's making monkey noises or saying racial slurs at me. You can really probably take me out of my game just because, think about it, if I'm in my second or third year into this league and this is how I'm being treated, I'm ready to go.
When you a dog, though. When you a dog, that's sports though. Now that sucks. I'm not on board with it at all, obviously. But we gonna see, can the WNBA hold the momentum? Can they keep them fresh eyes going for that new CBA so these women can get paid?
Yes.
Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. Y'all think the WNBA can capitalize on this? You know, there's been so many things they haven't, but can they? Y'all let us know in the comments.
So much to unpack. The lies being spread about Indiana fans and Caitlin Clark. Okay, there is so much to unpack here. Let's start with the obvious. If what Dawn Montgomery is saying is true, that Angel Reese's poor play is somehow the fault of fans yelling in the stands, then that's just a ridiculous excuse, plain and simple. We'll get to the yelling stuff in a minute, but first, Dawn actually admits that's how she would react on the court too. That tells us a lot about you, Dawn, and none of it is good. Because if you're a professional athlete and crowd noise can take you out of your game, that's on you, not the fans. That's number one. Number two, let's stop sugarcoating it You're making excuses for Angel Reese just not playing well. She's struggling, and instead of holding her accountable like we would any other athlete, we're getting smoke and mirrors. And number 3, most importantly, we are spreading flat-out lies. Yes, lies. This whole narrative about Indiana fans yelling slurs and animal noises, it started from a random troll on Twitter, someone who wasn't even at the game. And now that troll, who had to protect their account after getting exposed, has somehow sparked a full-blown WNBA investigation that lasted over 10 days. And what did the WNBA say? We found no evidence. Because there is no evidence. Yet here comes Dawn, they not like us, Montgomery using that baseless narrative to smear the entire Indiana fan base. And now it's out there, used as an excuse, as a weapon, as a shield for poor play and accountability dodging. This is how the game is played. People say, just ignore the trolls. But this is what happens when you let those lies fester. They grow. They morph. They become weapons for people like Dawn, who, let's not forget, is Renee Montgomery's cousin. And yes, they're thick as thieves. So let me ask plainly, Renee Montgomery, do you approve of this? Do you stand behind the smear campaign against Indiana fans? Because silence is approval at this point. Calling out the hypocrisy, Dawn says what Renee won't. Let's just be honest here. Dawn Montgomery says everything Renee Montgomery can't. But that doesn't make it any less hypocritical. It just exposes what's really going on. And shout out to Raquel, she deserves serious credit. Because with all the race-based nonsense being thrown around, Raquel still stands up and calls out the garbage. And she knows, unfortunately, that because of her skin color, she's going to get it way worse for doing it. That's just the sad truth of where we are. But what does she do? She keeps calling it out anyway. Because it needs to be said. And I'll say it too. The Montgomery family is straight up out of line. The entire narrative of slurs from Indiana fans. It was a lie. It was made up. Created by Sky fans. Weaponizing race again because Caitlin Clark continues to outperform Angel Reese. Let's be real. In that game, 2 things were already true. Angel and Camila were already getting cooked. And now we're supposed to believe fans yelling things caused that? Come on. I'm tired of this pattern. We, as black people, should not get a free pass to say hateful, prejudiced, or outright ignorant things, and then brush it off because it's Caitlin Clark. All that girl does is hoop. That's it. But people like Dawn keep pushing these lies, and when we don't push back, they win. That's my point. That's Raquel's point. And I think it's a point a lot of people are starting to realize. Most folks watching all this, they're not hardcore WNBA fans. They're not up to date with the drama. They're just casual fans flipping through channels or scrolling through clips. And when they hear someone like Cheryl Swoops spreading nonsense like 40 shots a game or 6 years in college, they believe it. Why wouldn't they? You think someone hears Dawn Montgomery on a podcast and assumes it's a lie? No. They think it must have happened. She's Renee Montgomery's cousin. She's on a WNBA-adjacent show. Why would she lie? That's why we have to push back. Because if we don't, lies become accepted truth. Smears stick. And people who know better stop saying anything because it's just easier to stay quiet. But I'm not staying quiet. It's exhausting, yeah. But I'm not going anywhere. I'll still keep making the basketball videos, too. Yeah, they don't get the views. But I do them because I love the game. I'll do those. And I'll do this. Because someone has to keep it real. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should the WNBA step in? They launched an investigation against Fever fans off a single Twitter post. So why is this okay? I mean, I know why. But we're not letting it slide. Sound off below. Let's keep this conversation alive.